2. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affections, implacable, unmerciful. Now here it is. Here's the capstone. Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. You know what I get from this verse? Just to agree with them will give you the same sentence of death that they got. Oh, let every man, well, if that's what you want to do, just go ahead. It's all right. Backboneless, no backbone. That's what we got today. That's where the politicians are today. You ain't got anybody up there that in whatever party that will stand for anything. They sell out to the highest bidder. What else but a depravity of mind could explain our nation's celebration over the Supreme Court's decision to legalize same-sex marriage? Would you have ever believed that would have happened in the United States? Hey, a Christian nation? You call that a Christian nation? President Obama, you all remember seeing this on your television, even had the audacity to light up the exterior of the White House with the colors of the sexual perversion movement. Well, I believe I can say unequivocally the foundations of our nations has been destroyed. In closing, I want to read this to you. Got it out of this magazine right here, The Lamplighter, David Reagan's magazine. I figure y'all need a good laugh right now more than any other time. So I want to read this to you. In a recent poll by a First Amendment advocacy group, it was revealed that 51% of Americans believe the First Amendment is outdated and should be rewritten. Almost half, 48%, said they think hate speech should be illegal and punishable by prison time. And of course, hate speech would be anything they disagreed with. The First Amendment, brother, that's what gives you the right to assemble in freedom of worship. Facebook recently shut down a social media group called 500 Mom Strong because it expressed opposition to drag queen story hour at public libraries. Everybody know here what a drag queen is? Everybody knows what it is. Would you raise your hands? I don't want you to just... Last year, a transsexual man ran, oh boy, ran as a woman for the Republican nomination for sheriff of a county in New Hampshire. He won that nomination despite the fact that she billed herself as a transsexual Satanist, anarchist, whose campaign slogan was F the police. And she won the nomination. Now, she didn't win the office. I got to get some rest here. Last year, the city of Seattle, that's one of them cities up there where about tore it down. A Black Lives Matter activist and convicted ex-pimp to be its street czar at the rate of $12,500 a month. He was given the responsibility to coming up with alternative policing. California has adopted transgender reforms into law, including allowing biological males who identify as female to be placed in women's prisons. Also, state revenue will be used for gender transition drugs and surgeries. State to pay for it. That's what your tax dollar is going in California. Dictionary.com has announced that it is removing the words homosexual and homosexuality from its dictionary because they have become hate words used by heterosexuals. The Netherlands Supreme Court ruled last year that a doctor who euthanized an elderly patient with dementia against her expressed wishes, and while her family forcibly restrained her, was innocent of any wrongdoing. I tell you, humans are getting plumb barbaric. I tell you, it's hard to take this stuff. New York State is allowing minors to change their birth certificate if they self-identify as having a gender other than their biological one, sex. I'm going to move over here, folks. I just got a couple more paragraphs. I'll give you here the last one because it's the funny one. I know what I'm going to read. It's still funny. Thanks, Ben. Amazon.com recently sent out a questionnaire. At the end, there were two options, opinion questions: age and current gender. What's your gender today? All right, y'all listen up. Last summer, the New York Times reported that the city of Somerville, Massachusetts, decided to broaden its definition of domestic partnership to include relationships between 3 or more adults, expanding access to health care. In 2015, the Messianic Jewish commentator, Dr. Michael Brown, wrote, now y'all listen to this. I know what I'm going to say, so it's funny. Perhaps we should change the wedding vows to sound more like this: I take you as my wife, but probably not for life. I take you as my own, but not just you alone. I pledge myself to you and perhaps to others too. I take you as my bride, although your name is Clyde. I thought that'd be a pretty good to end on because y'all look so sober. Let's all stand.